other places
No, no,
except
no,
for
No,
no,
Jerusalem
no,
no,
no.
no.
Hold
after they
on,
had
wait,
been
real
scattered?
quick. No, because I
Okay,
asked the
so we
question.
talking
Talking
about
about
No,
so
the
I
hold on, we
asked
backyard.
talking
you.
about four we
No, I
Whoa,
I
asked
know.
you.
on mute.
When did I
I thought
ask
y'all
you?
were gonna let Shabar talk, man, because
Yeah, yeah,
he
strong. I asked you when did the Israelites go back into Rome? What's your
yeah,
biblical evidence for that?
yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
It don't have.
During the time when the Greeks took over, the Israelites was already there. They was already in Rome. What you talking about them getting kicked out and all of that? That has nothing to do with what Paul was going to do.
Oh,
They
okay, I
was
got
able
you.
to they
I
was able
got you.
to travel.
This is Acts chapter 18, verse 2. And found a certain Jew named Quail, born in Pontius, lately came from Italy, which was with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome. When did the Israelites go back into Rome for Paul to be speaking to Israelites that knew they were Israelites, considering there was a synagogue set up? Book, chapter, and verse. Oh yeah, my bad. You said you didn't have one. Don't worry about coming off mic. See, and this is the flaw in y'all ideology. Y'all can't when we come here and and burst your bubble. You can't even produce a book, chapter, and verse to debunk what I just had. You can't even do it. You can't even. Now I'm about to show you now that Paul went into Rome and you can't even defend yourself. I'm about to teach you and tell you that Paul went into Rome teaching
So
Gentiles,
so
and
hold
you
Big
on,
can't
wait a
do
dummy.
minute.
nothing about it. No,
Hold
you
on, wait
can't
a
do
minute,
nothing
hold on,
about it.
wait.
No, you
You
can't. What you
moving,
gonna
you
Yeah,
do?
moving,
You can't even
one,
show me when they went back into Rome. You
one
can't move
second, one
anywhere.
second, one
Strong.
second.
You can't
King.
go anywhere.
Oh, King, hold on one second. What you just read is the Israelite command to come out of Rome. Why would you ask that question? And let me finish, King. Don't cut me off. Why would you even ask that question? Like, your question is profound, brother. It don't make any sense you asking that question if we know that there was command to come out. And you show us, give us a book. You need to give us a book, chapter, and a verse where all Israelite leave there. You can read that there was command to come out of there, but show us where they all come out. Show us. Give us the book, chapter, and the verse where all Israelites leave Rome.
Naveen, this is why I asked the question. Because I'm telling you and letting you know there is no Israelites in Rome at the time Paul's writing a letter to Rome, and he's not even there. Notice he's writing a letter. That's my argument. I'm telling you there are no Israelites, and why I asked the question because you lie on the Bible. So what you do is because you don't have any definitive evidence, you go pick and cherry pick a book, chapter, and verse, and suggest the Romans are Israelites. When I have a book, chapter, and verse suggesting the Israelites left, and mind you, this is 2 years before the council that Paul had in Acts chapter 26. You wouldn't know that because you don't even read the book of Acts. You didn't know that. Don't lie and say you knew that because you didn't know that. Naveen, can you give me a book since you was curious why you asked the question? Can you give me a book, chapter, and verse showing when the Israelites went back into Rome, because we're standing on this. They were told to leave Rome and they weren't there anymore. What are you going to do about it? Show us when they went back into Rome. There was an
You
order for them not to be there. Do you want me to show you what happened to Paul when he didn't obey Roman rule, how he got his ass beat? Because if you're going to suggest that the Israelites stayed there anyway, even though there was an order and decree put out by Claudius, we're going to see what happens when you disobey Roman rule. You pick. So you're either going to show us when the decree went out or mute your damn mic and pass the ball like hot potato, like I've been doing up
look,
here the whole time.
all that talking ain't going nowhere,
Yeah,
brother.
right.
You still
So
gotta
produce the
answer
book,
my
chapter,
question.
and
You,
verse.
you, let me, I'll let you finish, brother. Let me talk, because that's all you're doing. You're just talking. So you gotta let us talk too. Okay? It's all that yelling and all that strong voice. It ain't doing nothing. You trying to ask us for a book, chapter, and a verse. We already tell you that you're not gonna find what you need to do. You
Oh,
need to
so you
do
don't
what
have
you
it either.
listen,
You're
listen,
not in
brother,
Strong's
brother,
camp. That's
brother.
the
Listen.
ISUPK.
No,
So Naveen,
listen.
stand on your cap. Do you have a
Shabar,
book, chapter,
can
and
I
verse?
finish? Can I finish, Shabar?
Nah,
Can
don't
I
throw the
finish?
burden on Strong and say
No,
we. You're not even his
can
camp.
I finish though? Can I
No, I
finish?
want to know
You've
the
been
answer to
talking
Acts
for
18,
10 minutes.
bro.
Let us go, brother. Can you just let us talk like how you talk? You can't.
All right,
What you're
man, you
trying to
right.
do
Go
is
ahead. Go
dominate
ahead.
the conversation. Okay, just let me finish, King. This winning a convo is not dominating it. You gotta let the other person speak too. Okay? Because I don't know what's your point here. You don't have a point. Okay? So what you trying to ask to give you a book chapter and a verse when all Israelites went back to Rome? Like, why are you asking that?
Because I just told you why I'm asking. This is why I'm
Just,
asking that,
just 1 minute.
because I'm telling you
Bar,
there are no
hold on,
Israelites in Rome, and you can't
One
prove Navin.
eternity later.
hold on, Bar.
Navin.
1 minute. 1 minute is more. I mean, Bar is actually asking a fair question. You know, he went to the Bible. He proved that the Israelites were, well, the Jews were kicked out of Rome. So it's fair, because even if you say there were some Jews, then you're making an argument from silence, and Rome didn't kill them. There was a decree for them to leave. So it's all, in all fairness, Bar is actually asking a valid question, and it seems like you guys are not answering his question. And the only way you can get the answer is actually you have to go and look at outside history, because they were kicked out in 54 what do you call AD, and then Paul
54.
wrote Romans in 57 AD, 57 to 58 AD. So yeah, he's
It
got a
was
real
it was
great
also a
question.
revolt. It was a revolt in 66 AD, which proves that there was still
But
Jews
but
there.
but yeah, regardless, the revolt is not in Rome. It's not in the, and we're talking about where the Vatican, the Roman
The
section.
Roman province, right?
Now,
So
Right.
so
now we getting
okay, so
specific.
OT OT.
He said
So what is
Rome.
he
Period.
saying?
It's
Yeah,
over a
they
million
weren't in
people in
Rome.
No,
Rome.
no,
This
no,
nigga, this
no,
nigga
no.
gonna sit up here and
In the
tell
book of
y'all that.
Right. So if Christ is the door unto salvation, right? Um, Isaiah 55:5. Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nations that knew thee not shall run unto thee, because of the Lord thy God, and the whole for the Holy One of Israel, who is Christ, for he hath glorified thee. Can the other nations come through this door? The salvation, the door of salvation is Christ. Can the other nations walk through Christ?
Can the other nations walk through Christ?
Can Christ is salvation, right?
Christ, yes, Christ is salvation.
Can right. So Christ is the door to salvation, right? So can the other nations simply walk through that door? Can they grab the doorknob and walk right through it
I don't disagree that Christ is salvation.
to the Gentiles?
Who are the Gentiles in the scriptures though?
Right. Isaiah, so this is Acts chapter 14 and 27. And when they were come and had gathering the church together, they rehearsed all that God had done with them and how he opened the door of faith unto the Gentiles.